I appreciate how Wes Huff has very excellently defended the gospel and how he has very well, competently spoken about the truth of the gospel, as a brother should. And I love the Wes Huff, but I hate the junk coming out of his mouth sometimes. The recent interview at the Bless God podcast um, contains some false statements from Wes's mouth that I'm sure he would correct if he was better informed. I would like to invite him to talk with me personally about it, but I know he's a very busy man, as I am also. So I can only say, when you see Wes Huff, please tell him to read my blog, the link in the description, because it goes into detail about how this silly claim about having some manuscripts with the story of the woman caught in adultery between the Gospel of Luke and the Gospel of John began. Dan Wallace made this mistake a while back. Apparently, Wes Huff has prematurely believed Dan Wallace without ever checking his reference. In the real world, there's only one manuscript that has the story of the woman caught in adultery between Luke and John. Manuscript 1333. Now, this manuscript, initially was made, didn't have the story in it at all. But this lection was added between Luke and John on a blank page by somebody who obviously wanted to read it for St. Pelagia's Day, that is on October the 8th, in the traditional Middle cycle of readings. So this is only one manuscript, not manuscripts, manuscript. One out of the hundreds of manuscripts we have at the Gospel of John. Also, Wes was still spreading the same silly lie, misstatement that the story of the woman caught in adultery was a floating anecdote, a floating tradition, as it was just floating around in the church, sometimes here, sometimes over there, floating around looking for a place to land. That never happened. That's baloney. Now, when I get excited about this, maybe I don't always say it's baloney. I might say something else, but you get the idea either way. So, Wes, when you get 10 minutes of your spare time, please read my blog that explains in detail why you weren't making any sense when you had that talk with Bless God. So I hope this improves your scholarship, and may God bless you and continue your studies as we improve to do it ourselves to make sure we check our references. Or else.